So I've lost track. I'm pretty sure it's around 33 Alice concerts. I'm gonna have to eventually do math.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Um, but we're here to talk about another one. The Too Close for Comfort tour. Alice Cooper. Had an opportunity to see him last night and or a couple nights ago, and uh, just wanted to report in with spoiler alert. Still awesome. Still a great show. Still, you could set your watch by at 90 minutes. I mean, I think this one was actually 1 hour and 28 minutes long, but pretty, pretty darn close to a 90-minute show. Um, and Amazing Alice as always, hopefully kind of through as I'm talking through, updating Mike on the concert. There'll be a few photos that I took and maybe some even video content. We'll have to see.
Nice. I
So
saw a couple of pictures that you posted on social media and they looked great. Where were you in relation to the stage? Because those were some nice, clear close-up pictures. Were you
uh,
slapping distance?
I was not within striking distance. If I had a hand grenade, I probably could have taken a band member or two out. Um,
Slapdash
but
sequels are being born right here, people.
but my arm's not great, so it might be iffy. It might be a manly man with a good arm that can throw a baseball very far wouldn't have a problem at all taking out a band member or two. But I might have been challenged. It was row J, so you kind of think about your alphabet going back. That wasn't too bad there. It's a really nice venue. I've seen him there a couple times. The So wanted to, like I said, update you a little bit. The kind of the good in the good in the. I mean, any Alice Cooper concert, it's all good. And so there's the good and then the less good, I guess to say. The good is Alice remains. Not that it was the most melody, wonderful voice in the world, but Alice's voice remains Alice's voice, and it's super strong and it's great. And a 76-year-old guy, and you really wouldn't know it on stage. He is continuing to
He's
use,
almost old enough to be president.
yeah, a couple more years, a little more seasoning, and then he can consider running. Um, young whippersnapper right now, otherwise, but uh, he continues to use the stage setup that it's, I think, been using about for the past 2 to 3 years, which is four big video panels that are fed by feeds. There's cameras set up kind of on the right and left side of the stage that are really well positioned, and the guitarists know their marks on where they need to be for some of that. So you get footage from the stage, the performance you're seeing up there, plus canned stuff as well for like Lost in America and I'm 18 and all that. They'll blend them together, some of the live stuff, some of the kind of graphics to support it. It's a really good looking stage, and it really supports when you're doing like Feed My Frankenstein, you can have lightning bolts kind of cutting across the back and sync it with the broader stage lights and all that. It just becomes a really good, entertaining show. So that set works super well for him. Really, really good. He apparently uses it for Hollywood Vampires as well. So I'll probably amortize the cost across multiple bands, but super, super good there. What I was quite disappointed about was Chuck Garrick was not there
Okay.
because
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because you had mentioned you didn't know how that was going to work out because there's Beast of Blanco dates, correct?
there are Bisto Blanco dates, and the Bisto Blanco dates were in Germany. So it looked, as I looked at their schedule and Alice's schedule, it was uh, so Chuck played in Germany on the 3rd of August, and Alice was playing in Peoria, Illinois on the 4th of August. And I was like, I don't think Chuck's going to make it. And did a little more research, and indeed that was the case. Found out so Chris Wise was subbing for Chuck for the first 5 dates, with the fifth date being Peoria, Illinois. So we saw the last show before Chuck returns. Um, because I mentioned Chris Wise is the bass player. Now, Chris has played with the Cult, Ozzy, Ace Frehley. I think when I saw Ace open for Alice in Nashville, I believe Chris was in the band at that point in time. And he is the bass player for the Hollywood Vampires. So he's familiar with that video set in the back. Um, and then Ryan Roxy, Nita Strauss, Tommy Hendrickson, um, and Glenn Sobel as the drummer, who is crazy good. He gets a nice thing. Nita's still super awesome. Shredding it. Ryan Roxy's always a super fun stage present. Tommy Hendrickson's a super fun. So, Nita, Tommy, Ryan, just buzzing around like crazy on stage and doing all those things. Chris Weiss comes more from the John Entwistle school of bass players in that he is not what one would call high energy. He kind of ambled across the stage for most of it, which kind of is not how Chuck would have done it, but a talented bass player, very, very good there. But and there was plenty of other energy being provided, so it wasn't falling down. But it was a definite different vibe with Chris than with Chuck, which was that. You'd be happy to know Man Behind the Mask, which um, wasn't on the set list I had seen beforehand. Wasn't on it. I think what happened maybe with this show, starting with this show, is they swapped out Go to Hell with Man Behind the Mask. So that's super good. That's always fun, live and in concert. Um, Welcome to the Show from The Road, most recent Alice album, which is Mike and I talked, and you can go back to our review. I believe we both said, I bet you this guy is even better live. Um, and it was a little better than on the album, but it's not like Woman of Mass Distraction. Fantastic song. You hear it on the album and it sounds good. You hear him do it live and it's just goes, up to
Yeah.
11
And
running.
there's a lot of Alice songs like that that we both really love the studio versions, but seeing them live and hearing the live recordings just takes it to a completely different level with some of those songs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think uh Halo Flies is a good example of that of the newer stuff. Lion Lost in America is always great live, which he did. So that was good. Black Widow's kind of a nice little set piece because they do give Nita some good time to shred and do some guitar stuff. But boy, when they start Black Widow, and they actually ran the Vincent Price monologue that's on the album with
Nice.
from the TV show that they did to support it. So that's actually showing up on those screens as the Black Widow gets introduced, and they're just doing the instrumental parts of that. But as soon as his little monologue gets done, uh, the whole stage goes black and then fires back up, and they've done the kind of red hourglasses uh, across the back of the whole stage. Just visually super, super cool. Um, so here's advice I think that we have provided numerous times. If you get an opportunity to see Alice Cooper, go see Alice because it's a great show. You can you can block a meeting 90 minutes after the concert starts and you'll be able to go into it without a problem. He will ask for your vote by the end of the evening. And I actually did score one of the. So we were back far enough that none of the Alice dollar bills were going to make it my way. I did get one of the streamers from the confetti cannons that fired out during elected, which went
Nice.
pretty far back, and so I did manage to get that. So that was kind of a nice little pickup to go along with my punctured balloon from another concert and a few other things. So I've kind of cleaned up Alice's garbage on a regular basis, take it back and treasure it. So got a
I
streamer
don't think I've
now.
really ever gotten anything from concerts, or if I did, it was like something small. I have stage used stuff from bands, but nothing that like I caught out in the crowd, I don't think.
Yeah, I've had, decent luck with a couple of those things I mentioned. And of course, when and this is covered in a previous show as well. When Nita Strauss was in Bloomington, I did get the drumstick that the drummer threw out into the crowd. And as I mentioned on that show, I was in full Alice Cooper concert mode, which means you will fight to the death for that drumstick. And so I'm diving down and crawling to get it. And there's a bunch of people just looking down at the floor at this idiot who's just army crawling to grab the dress. Oh,
Like,
congratulations.
it's okay, man. You can have
Apparently this is really important to you.
it.
But uh, yeah, it wasn't graceful. And I had a chance to catch it and I failed. I failed miserably, which was
That's the
involved.
other thing too. I'll be honest with you. I'm so not athletically inclined. Even if I ever was in the position where that was anything was coming towards me, I'm probably not catching it.
Yeah, it's tricky, and the pressure, the pressure's there. But it's a fantastic show. Set list is good as always. It's always nice when you get something like Man Behind the Mask. A little disappointed that either Woman of Mass Distraction or Halo of Flies wasn't in the list, but plenty of other good stuff. Who Do You Think We Are is always another nice little piece of candy. It And I like a show even with it opening with a song from Raise Your Fist and Yell, because kind of a bit of the
What did it open
storyline
with?
Lock Me Up,
Okay.
and just about half of Lock Me Up, because it's the whole Alice is a criminal kind of thing to start the show off. But so yeah, it was a couple of kind of new tracks between. Maybe he started last tour with Lock Me Up too, but so Lock Me Up is something I haven't seen very often in concert. And then I went into Welcome to the Show, which is kind of in the right place to put Welcome to the Show.
Yeah.
And so those are a couple of new things. And then pretty much the rest was um, some of the standard fare things you would expect. So, but good show as always. So just wanted to update Mike, get you to share a few photos with you folks. Let us know if you're going to see Alice, and I'm sure everyone wants to keep track when the next time Mike or I is going to see him. So the best way for you to do that is to subscribe to the Bog Panda YouTube channel. For this month, it's free. Every month it's free, but this month
Also next month.
also next month. We're looking to extend into next month. Free subscriptions may go for another month, so don't hesitate. And with that subscription, you also get the opportunity to get a daily dose of insight on Hard No, the world's shortest podcast. Published daily if I can stay on things, but it's out there. Coming up on episode 600 pretty soon.
Nice.
So that's a lot. It's many, many episodes. And
It's at least 600.
yeah, I think if you round, it's around that. And we got a merch store. You can go check that out and see all the t-shirts that Mike didn't ask for, because the ones Mike has asked for aren't on there and will never be. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bog Panda.